I'm Mayil Muthu Kumaran, Deputy Director General, National Informatics Centre, under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. I will start with my presentation. Before that, a brief introduction about the domain which I am looking after. I am looking after the Election Commission of India, which recently we conducted a large-scale election of Lok Sabha and other assembly elections of states. And apart from that, I look after the Department of Consumer Affairs, development of software for them. I have a lab for software quality and API exchange. Then indigenous instant messenger for Government of India named Sandesh, and into other expert committees of software development with Bureau of Indian Standards, LTD 14. So with this note, you must be aware of a popular cartoonist, R.K. Lakshman. Once he told that he was asked to, when he joined Times of India, he was asked to cover a cricket commentary when it put it in the news magazine. And R.K. Lakshman was not aware of cricket. What is cricket all about? So he went to the stadium and he narrated the complete cricket episode and presented to the editor. So editor, he said, this is one of the classic editorial which we can, give on the cricket part. So when I was called for this conference, I don't know what I am going to do over here, because all scientists are there and researchers. I am an application developer and I have been put into the space of talking about an open source. But still, I feel that I would do a justice for an open source, because I was in the open source community when I joined my organization. When I was doing my college, developing application on COBOL, Photon, Turbo C, Pascal and all. So they used to give a software to us and we used to run it. If anything goes on, they go get a licensed software and do it. The concept of open source was not aware at that point of time. When I joined my organization, National Informatics Centre, and we were in tie-up with AT&T Bell, they gave a source code to us. Okay. And Dr. P.K. Mishra, who was heading our operating system division, he said, we'll create our NIC Linux. And we started developing NIC Linux. And we circulated across our districts. Actually, briefly, I would like to give an NIC about. We are spread across country, all districts, we have our centers. So we are one of the largest organization. From April 2024-5 onwards, we are nearing the Golden Jubilee, 50 years of in-through service to the government. So we need an operating system which we need to be connected, and so that's how the emergence of, the concept of open source was got into my thought, and slowly participated in many aspects and the software development process. Earlier started the journey with Oracle development and Microsoft, and jumped into open source technology. Till now I am doing in the open source development platform. So let me talk about the computational innovations. All of us know that currently, like whatever you want to know, what to get, we get it from the internet, which is available for free for us. And you Google it. Nobody knows what is a search. They said Google it and get it out. So all these stuff are available in the open community, open source community, do contribute a lot into this. Not into that, only the development part and other emerging technologies where artificial intelligence or machine learning or your kind of data analytics or a blockchain and many more things which are in this space. Just to give a brief outline on the open source, all of us know, yes, what's an open source, what's all about. It's a collaboration, transparency in the community. So the global, it's not one specific for one geographic location. Across the globe, the global community contributes, we make use of it, the knowledge, and it's totally transparent. It's an open code for any peer reviews. And it's already, as I said, it's a community-driven development. So it gives a way for reusable tools and frameworks. So to name a few, the TensorFlow, which people who are working on the AML front, they must have very much acquainted with it. And big data means Hadoop, Cassandra, and many more things are there. And cloud computes, Kubernetes, people will be used to it. And rapid prototyping, ready-train, there are plenty of softwares which are totally an open source. People just download and start operating it and making use of it. which reduces the time, cost, and associated development for that specific need. The earlier days, whatever we need, we develop everything from the scratch and start doing making use of it. No, not required. Like if I want to do a flow diagram, get a pencil, draw, whatever it is, download it and start doing it. And collaborative development, so it's a community driven, as I said. The contributions, the quality, the functionality of the tools are remarkably good and comparable with any proprietary things. So it paves way for interdisciplinary collaborations. To name a few, TensorFlow, Pycrofts have become a backbone for AML researchers. All the academicians are doing making use of it. It's a buzzword used across the academics. And NLP, computer vision, reinforced learnings, many more things, and which includes the quantum computes or a blockchain. So NIC is having a Center of Excellence for analytics, where we use a combination of open source plus the proprietary things to understand the capability of the proprietary aspects. And blockchain, Hyperledger, we are using it. A blockchain Center of Excellence it's there in Bangalore. And we do a lot of work on this stuff. There are vertical heads over there. And we contribute to the government for in the open source, using open source, we contribute to the governments also. So it's simple, as you know very well, the idea emerges, the hypothesis experiments, they build it and develop it and deploy it and start using it. Yeah, all of us know it's for free. So cost effectiveness, flexibility to customize those open source solutions to as per your need. Otherwise, you have to do a tailor-made solutions for each and everything. And if you don't have any solution, you want something, you put it to the community and the community will contribute and they will get back to you. So you'll get a solution readily available for you. So it's very transparent. The source code is open and it's available and you can walk through. And also it's scalable. Especially it's not a vendor lock-in, like you are not tied up, locked with any specific things. So the challenges are also, it's there. It's not only the green side of it. The funding, maintenance, some of the, like you see, in India, the floodgate was open for all these startups. How many startups are sustained? Due to fund. So the funding and maintenance of this open source projects are very much necessary, and the governance or the community has to look into it. Also, it's not, it's having vulnerabilities on the open source codes also. It's not that like, yes, everything is at good and you're going to just download and plug in, start working on it. Some of the open source solutions has an IPR concerns also there that need to be properly addressed before getting into it. We should look into these aspects also. And it gets multiple competing projects where it leads to a duplication of efforts. Multiple things are there and duplicates. You don't know what to choose and where to work. When you have started using one particular solution and you are stuck up with how to way forward, or you are unable to move forward. So TensorFlow, it's by the Google, as all of us know, which is widely used by the machine learning and the deep learning community. The key features of this, it's scalable, it's very much flexible, and extensive usage of it is there. And the Facebook, the Pycrofts from the Meta, it's a very popular research due to the dynamic computational graphs which is available. It's used, majorly where Pycrofts are used in the detecting the diseases like cancer or X-rays and MRI image processing things. The Hugging Face, which is a transformers library for NLPs. The key features are pre-trained models are available, and it is very easy to use on APIs. When I'm talking about APIs, I should highlight about initiatives of API. Professor Shri said that agriculture marketplace, they have large voluminous data. Incidentally, I was another part of that other side of the game. I was looking after food, Department of Food, where they produce, we used to store and supply to the supply chain to the last mile. That is the nature of this food, Department of Food, where we used to long for putting a graph like how much agriculture produce it's going to come to the market. But during those days, as he was rightly saying, it was in silos. We have to take a backup from there, restore it, and make it up and do a comparative study. By the time, again, the large next season of produce would be coming over there. Now it's the area of open data. Even open data is nearing the absolence. My senior colleague Alka Mishra will be talking about in the post-lunch session, where now the arena is about APIs, where we publish and open APIs or APIs into a platform. NIC is having a platform called NAPIX, National API Exchange. You can browse through and see that, where napix.gov.in APIs are published. So you can just consume the API and consume the data. That's it. But the catch is here, that API is having two or three varieties of it. It's an open API. That means it's open to all, like Aadhaar authentication, what you are doing it. So its API is there. But before that, there are certain agreements has to be signed. Similarly, here, you have to get a proper approval from that agency to get consumer APIs. Then advanced APIs are there, like where you say it's a one-to-one, where certain intelligence agency would like to consume. So it's not visible. That will not be available for your search. So now the culture is built upon coming on to the publishing an API. It's another, like it is also on top of a open source platform, what we call as a WSO2. And there are many gateways are available in this space. Then comes to the chatbots. As I'm heading another chatbot, it's an instant messenger of government. It's called Sandesh, and it is comparable with your WhatsApp. But the catch here it's totally secure, and it's not available in the public space, and it's an NIC domain. It is used by various intelligence agencies during G20 when the foreign dignitaries movement was monitored using WhatsApp. Then Delhi police approached us and we have helped them out using Sandesh. So they could not get into the space. So OpenAI's contributions and its ecosystem, it's well known that ChatGPT and Whisper speech recognition, other initiatives like your vision language models, Whisper, GEM for your reinforcement learning, Triton for your AI accelerations. These are all a floodgate. It's open. Whosoever want to do a researcher who can get into this and make use of this stuff. Transparency and trust. Open source security tools allows their experts worldwide to inspect and improve the code, reducing the hidden vulnerabilities. So the collaboration for any patch managements, like you see nowadays the patch management is seriously vulnerable. We never know. We just plug into the net and we start doing the patches. So that there are best practices available, but we never follow that. And similarly, like you can see the SSL certificates which are available in the market are equally, you have a Let's Encrypt, we can download and start doing it. But the catch is every 3 months or 6 months you have to reinitiate or redeploy those certificates. But it's totally for free. And it is as good as and comparable with the industry available security certificates. Even cloud computes are available with open source solutions. It's not only Azure or Google or anything else. Like there are open source solution available. You have to have an appliance, deploy it, and it will give the functionality of your cloud space. To name a few, your Kubernetes, OpenStack, and Dockers are there. The policy part. Here, yes, open source, it's there, and Government of India, it's an open source policy, which is quite old, 2015. Other digital initiatives are there, which mandates and prefers for open source software to be in the e-governance projects. But how far it is complied or followed, it's very less. Because people feel very, very risky, and support system is not proper. Like you see, if I use any proprietary solutions, and I can call upon the vendor and ask them to fix or ask them to help me out, where to go for an open source solutions like that. But it's not true, because we develop an open source solutions, applications, platforms, and deploy it. It's available, and support system, it's not required once the proper understanding of the system and the applications are made to that depth of it. Then other countries like France, National Plan of Open Science is there, 2018 and 2021 updated, which ensures that publicly funded research results are openly accessible. Also supports an open data response, reproducible scientific research. EU also has an open source strategy of 2020 to 2023, which promotes the open source softwares in the public services and digital sovereignty and reducing the dependence on the proprietary solutions. So it's like you see, I will give an use case. We had an application in government, which was one specific vendor developed application. the architecture, everything changed. We are being forced, government has to shell out a huge fund and convert those applications into the new platform. So that sort of vendor lock-in will be a very serious challenge. In these lines, NIC, already there are initiatives. NIC is also part of it. Like IIT Madras is doing an indigenous DB development, what it is called as in Bharat DB. They have taken a piece of open source and building that indigenous Bharat DB. Sooner we'll be getting like Indian OS, you'll get an Bharat DB also. And similar lines, US federal open source policy is there, OMD memo M1621, which requires federal agencies to release at least 20% of the newly developed custom code as an open source. Also encourage the reusability of the software across the government. Yes, here we are becoming a global village. Everyone contributes, the knowledge is shared, proper legal framework and standardization should be there. And obviously, if government is not backing up the incubators for your open source, it'll not be seeing the daylight. AI powered software development like GenAI, AutoML or DevOps, all are your open source. And AI driven bug detection should be there, and code optimization or code open source also should be brought up in a large scale. Quantum computes, qubits, your Qiskit, Google Clerk. These are also in the open source community, like what to get into the quantum compute sort of research community, it's available. And even edge computing and open source cyber security space, there are plenty of tools. So too specific to that particular vertical. And cloud and government adoption on the cloud space. Clouds and Government of India and NIC is also having an open source cloud. I believe Dr. Alka Mishra will be talking about that because she is heading that particular open cloud. And sustainability and the green computing. This is another very, very important things which I would like to highlight over here. Yeah, cloud computes, it's a large cloud space and many data centers are open. But the focus should be also equally given an importance on the energy efficient computing models where it's powered by open source and AI for the resource optimization, the power consumption, and low carbon footprint and open source software in reducing that environment impacts. And open source contribution to the climate modeling and so renewable energy research should be there. Certain way forward, I want to leave it here for the takeaway. There should be a synergy between the computational research and development and the open source community, which will be accelerating the scientific discoveries, AI advancements, and cloud computing innovations. We all know that like we are using Google Map, Uber is using it, the products are built. So the products which is embedded or the insight of the things can be done by anybody using those. So in these lines, like Napix, I told the platform, to our surprise, we found that using multiple APIs, one particular student community has built a product on that, and it's on use. So it will pave way for a lot of research and innovations. So research and development will benefit your global collaborations, transparency, and rapid experimentations. So the breakthrough on the quantum computing, cybersecurity, ethical AIs will be rely upon this open ecosystems. And as I told, without fund, it will not sustain. So need for sustained investment and the collaborations, especially the government, industry community, academia must fund and support the open source research and development initiatives. So open source system, softwares, infrastructure, security, standardization, it's very critical, and it will reap the long-term success for this. Obviously, it should be on the PPP, and it can drive on the innovations, sustainability, and proper policy alignment should be done. So we should promote and call for the researchers and developers to contribute on the open source projects, research collaborations, and community-driven sort of innovations, proper policies on the open access, ethical AIs, decentralizing the computing models. So the open source softwares are widely available, knowingly or unknowingly we are using in this community. And but for its sustainability, the government should come out with the proper policies, funding agencies should be there, and the release version should be not very frequent, because some of the open source solutions, the release versions are very frequent, so that the data security, the privacy in governments now, the Data Protection Act is in force, so anonymization of the data, availability, making availability of the data. So the compliance of the legal terms should be proper with the open source. Thank you for the opportunity.
Long live India and France friendship.